Hello everybody, I'm Brainy Diode and I am back with another episode of Nier Automata. Last time, we ventured around the world and took care of some side quests.
What?
When do you think you'll be willing to call me Nines?
9S works just fine.
Well, yeah, but... Man,
Last time...
this job can be pretty rough sometimes, huh?
We don't get to choose our assignments. And you should work on keeping your opinions in check. Yorha aren't allowed to be emotional, remember?
I think some of us are better at that than others. This must be the commercial structure Pascal was talking about. The records say it was once a facility known as a shopping center.
9S, I love you, but please shut up for a second, I'm trying to do an intro. Last time, we ventured around the world and took care of some side quests given to us by residents of the Machine Village.
No getting through here.
Maybe there's some kind of mechanism we could engage?
And this time...
If we were human, we probably would have gone shopping and such here, right?
More meaningless conjecture.
You're so serious, 2B. You know that?
Alert. Multiple machine life forms detected above our position.
All hail the Forest King! All hail the Forest King!
Who the heck is the Forest King?
You're getting distracted.
Eventually I'll be able to finish this intro. This time we will be returning to the Forest Kingdom and doing what we are meant to do there.
Well, what do you expect? I'm a scanner. Combat was never meant to be my forte.
See guys, that wasn't too long of an intro. You could have just let me say that from the beginning. Ow. This is not going well. That really could have gone better. Whoops. Luckily, even if you fail hacking one of these, they will usually have a bit of their hacking meter filled up when you... Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You saw it on the screen, presumably. Yeah, I am not doing too hot today. Can you tell it's been a couple weeks since I've recorded?
Check this guy. He's just running away.
Just slightly out of practice. But we took care of these guys without too much of an issue.
Explode! Huh? Hey, where am I?
What's that?
Hey there, guys. What's up?
This thing's weird, 2B. Let's kill it.
Wait, what? No! Good idea. No!
Okay, what was that?
The real question is, how on earth did Emil wind up inside one of the machines?
Looks like the forest is just ahead.
And since I've already shown you most of the forest, I should be able to take care of it in just one episode this time. Ow. It's easy to stay in practice with the normal combat mechanics.
I'm aware of how to fight. You just be careful.
I will, 2B.
It's pretty easy to get a handle of the normal combat mechanics back pretty quickly, but the hacking I'm a little less quick on the pickup of. And I've been away from the game for a while, so I apologize for my terrible ability to play for the beginning of this episode. But, be that as it may, it seems like I'm making decently quick work of these guys, so it's not too terrible. These guys are getting up to about 10 levels higher than us though, so even with doing a few more side quests this time around, it looks like I will need to start level grinding not too far out. Should be able to take care of most of that off screen though, so you guys don't have to sit through it. I know I certainly wouldn't want to watch. I can't speak. I know I certainly wouldn't want to sit and watch me level grind. That took entirely too many tries to say.
This forest we are stationed in. It is hot, humid, unhygienic, a punishing hell for machine life forms. None should have to live in such a place. I have decided I shall make this our kingdom and declare our independence. What's a kingdom? Well, it's sort of like a large house. And inside this house, all our people live together as family. Family. I suppose a family might be good. Yeah, families are good.
These machines.
They were talking about a king, right? I saw what looked to be a castle further in. Maybe we should take a look.
Well, that was certainly interesting. It, also teleported us a little bit further away from our goal, so thanks, game. Speaking of level grinding, this might not be a bad place to do it. Taking care of this army of machines, at the very least, will help us gain at least a level, hopefully.
What is with these guys?
Don't listen to what they're saying.
Our experience bar says that we're fairly close to a level up, but as I've said before, the experience bar in this game is kind of trash, so I can't really say for sure. One of the problems with the hacking mechanics is that when you're fighting a big group of enemies like this, it's pretty easy to lose track of who you're actually hacking into. But that just comes with the territory, I suppose. Come on, we've got to gain a level up from these guys, right? There's so many of them. Alright, game, please don't make me eat my words. Hey, there's a chip right here. I can collect the chip. I have a chip. I didn't see what it was that I collected, but I'm sure it was something that would help me if I equipped it. Just got this last guy to take care of. And then... didn't get a level up from them. There were so many. Why didn't we level up? That makes me sad. Alright, well it looks like we're headed right for another group of them right now, so... and most of them are higher leveled than most of the ones we just fought, so... hopefully we'll get a level up off of these guys? Come on. If I don't take too much damage, that is. Yeah, it's probably not the greatest idea to just stand around and take what they're sending at me. So... let's actually use our handy-dandy dodge mechanic sometimes. Ah, that's what I like to see. Ow. That is not, however, what I like to see. Problem is, hacking and dodging are on the same hand, so it's a little bit tough to do both at the same time. But not too insanely difficult. So, there we go. Well, I guess you could always make sense that because the other attack buttons are on the same hand as hacking is, that all attacks and dodging are on the same hand. So it's not that big of a difference from what we've been doing earlier, but considering you have to pretty much constantly hold down the hacking button. Also, I should mention that hacking, dodging, and shooting are all in the same hand. Speaking of shooting, I did not do it correctly there. Oops. I guess I was too focused on where my fingers were. So what you kind of have to do is... or what I do, at least, is I shoot with the trigger with my middle finger. I dodge with the... can I focus on this guy, please? I dodge with the shoulder button on my index finger, and I hack with the Y button with my... I'm using an Xbox controller for this, by the way. I dodge, or I hack, rather, with the Y button with my thumb, and desperately hope that I don't have to use camera controls, because those are on the right stick, which I would also have to use with my right thumb, and I can't really do that. But with targeting, I shouldn't ever have to attack and use the camera controls at the same time, so it's not really that big of an issue. Or I could accidentally press the hacking button instead of the run fast
so those
zoom
machines
button.
Had a king? But how can a concept like loyalty be understood by a machine?
Oh right, I forgot about these two. I was about to say it looks like we're close to a level up again, but now that I look closer at it, it really doesn't look like we're close to a level up.
His Majesty, he's dead.
So, at first I thought that the Forest King, being a little baby machine, was supposed to be some kind of Jesus imagery, but I'd rather not, thank you. At first I thought that the Forest King, being a little baby machine in a little rocking... That's not a carriage. Why was I calling that a carriage? What is the term for that? Oh, cradle! Cradle. Yes. I thought that the Forest King, being a little baby machine in a little cradle, was supposed to be some sort of Jesus imagery, but now after seeing a cutscene... Oh, jeez! But now, after seeing a cutscene like that, admittedly, I'm really not so sure. I feel like with all this game's like philosophical themes and such, there's gotta be some sort of philosophical or religious significance behind how... There's gotta be some sort... Ow! Okay, this is not going well. I just couldn't move there. I just could not move there.
I'll never let you pass. Die and life.
So, here I am at where I died before. I fought that first horde of enemies that I fought on the way in here, but I didn't wind up fighting the second, so I only got the one level up. Or I didn't get a level up from it, rather. But if my old body dies, I should get a level up from it. Oh, there it is. For a second I thought it already was dead again, but if it dies, I believe I should get some experience from it, so that might just give me a level up. This is not going well. I am not doing well here. Ah, jeez. Jumping right in here after not playing for a couple weeks is not the best plan I've ever had! But at least now I know, don't stand directly in the path of the tiny red laser, because soon the red laser will no longer be tiny. It will be giant and painful, and I don't like that. I don't like getting hit by giant painful lasers that don't let me move out of the way as I get killed from 3/4 health. That's a little not fair. Like we've almost gotten this guy taken care of. Almost being the operative term here. Ah, there he goes. Yes, thank you. Alright, somehow our old body managed to survive that, but we didn't get a level up from it, unfortunately. So, come on, old body. You might just be able to help us later on down the road. There we go. That's what I like to see. Did our old body die for that, though? Looks like it. It just... Did it just jump off of the cliff? Is that why there's money here? Gotta love AI companions. Well, at the very least, we gotta level up from it, and from our experience bar, it actually looks like we are
Yep, this looks like the
decently
King's
close to
Castle,
the next
all right.
one. So with all these hordes of enemies, the Forest Kingdom isn't exactly the worst grinding location ever. Unfortunately, still gotta say though, I don't really care for this castle area. I gotta be frank, the Forest Kingdom is probably one of my least favorite areas in the game. Just with all the giant hordes and this weird 2D castle section, it's just, don't really care for it. Like how it's separated into the different rooms, and sometimes enemies will randomly charge into the room you're in when you're all the way most of the way through it, or already most of the way through it. It's just... this area is just really not my cup of tea. Good music though, but then again, what part of this game doesn't have good music? Hello? I thought that was... Am I missing the way forward? Have I forgotten how to do this? Oh, there's an item, I guess. Oh, hi there! You're charging at me. Where did you come from? Also, why can't I turn correctly? That was not good. I really can't even tell what's going on. The camera is too far zoomed out here. Have I mentioned that I don't particularly care for the Forest Kingdom? Oh, I do care for level ups though. I like to see that. Alright. Melee defense up. Don't think I've ever used any of those, but we have it now if I want to. So I suppose what I'm supposed to do is jump up here. Which I knew all along. I just wanted to show you that item. Yeah. I know how to navigate this area. Definitely.
Watch out for
Is that
hostile
so hard
enemies,
to jump
TV.
up to?
Roger that, 9... Z.
Huh? Wait, what did you just say?
Roger that, 9S.
Ah, yes. Hostile enemies. As opposed to the alternative non-hostile enemies.
Wait, no,
Thank you
that's
for
not
clearing
what you
that.
said. You said 9s. Or at least something close to.
Cut the chatter and engage the enemy.
Ah.
And we can't move forward in this room. Forest Kingdom, more like Lost Woods. Okay, it's not quite the Lost Woods, but still, it's just... Why would you make a maze in a 2D setting like this? I don't like the Forest Kingdom, I'm sorry. I don't want to be negative this whole episode. I'll try to keep my opinion more to myself from now on, but in case it hasn't already become clear, I don't like this area. And here we are being surrounded again. Thankfully though, we have 9S's hacking, which makes enemies do big explosions that will help us clear out the surrounding enemies. Or we could get ourselves not surrounded again. Okay, I like that. I like not being trapped. It's fun. Come on. Sometimes it looks like I'm going to finish hacking before the enemy attacks me, but I swear sometimes the hacking just does this weird stuttery thing where the bar just doesn't fill up. What am I trying to say? Words are hard. I apologize. Sometimes I swear the hacking does this weird stutter where the line just doesn't fill up the same amount in the same time. It slows down or speeds up, and it's just makes it kind of weird to tell whether or not, makes it kind of difficult to tell whether or not I'm going to be able to hack an enemy before it gets its attack off. And here I am being negative again, right after I said I would try not to. But like I said, a good thing about the Forest Kingdom is that it's a pretty decent grinding area, which I kind of need right now, because I'm sure you can tell from some of these enemy levels, I'm starting to get a little under-leveled, which is not a great thing to be in an RPG. Though frankly, an action RPG being underleveled is a little bit less of a problem than it is in a turn-based RPG. And that'll get me onto another topic that I can talk about instead of being negative about the Forest Kingdom, why I like action RPGs over turn-based RPGs. One of the reasons is because I just get to be doing stuff like all the time. But another reason is that there's certain things about the turn-based RPG genre that I just don't really get. Like, why do you just have to stand there and take enemy attacks? It's one of my philosophies with RPGs is that you should always be able to make it through every battle without taking damage if you're skilled enough. And that's just not something that's possible to do in a turn-based RPG. Something like this is a little bit more... Okay, well, granted, realism isn't always everything in a game, I say, because I'm... What's going on here? What? I mean, I know you can do this with some enemies, but I didn't expect to... Sure, let's have this enemy attack other enemies. What's going on here? I don't know how to trigger that. I really don't. Anyway, it's one of my philosophies with RPG design that you should always be able to make it through every battle without taking damage if you're skilled enough. And that's just really not an option in turn-based RPGs. I mean, realism isn't always everything. You can tell in games at least, you can tell I believe that because I love games like Mario, which is about as unrealistic as you can get in the video game world, and let's be honest, most of Platinum games are pretty unrealistic, but I still love them. I'm looking at you, Metal Gear Rising. But despite that, I just think it's a little more realistic that, I mean, you're not gonna survive getting hit by a sword 15 times in the same fight. But you can in RPGs oftentimes. So something like this is getting interrupted by a cutscene again.
His Majesty hasn't grown at all. No, not in the slightest. How can we make him bigger? I don't know. We're too dumb to figure that out. sure is a cutie, though. Yeah, so tiny and cute. We better keep him safe. Right. Can't let anyone into the Forest Kingdom. Danger! Danger! Everyone, get out now! Intruders in the kingdom! Don't let them in here.
So, something a little weird about that cutscene is that it implies that we've been in the Forest Kingdom for about 4 hours. I mean, I suppose you could say that it might apply to A2, because who knows how long she's been here, but since the machine specified intruders, it kind of... Am I going the wrong way? Since the small machine specified intruders, it kind of makes me think that it's referring to us, because there's only one of A2, so it really doesn't take 4 hours to make it through the Forest Kingdom. Anyway, I was saying something about RPGs, probably something along the lines of, in games like this, you die by getting hit by enemy attacks about 3 times, and that makes a little bit more sense, because you probably wouldn't survive taking 3 serious injuries from a sword too easily, but I mean, you could make the argument that we're androids, so we're a little bit beefier than humans. But the point I'm trying to make is that in action RPGs, oftentimes you rely more on dodging to survive than on just having more health. And I think that makes a little bit more sense. I just like the way that works a little bit more. Not to say that games where you rely on health to survive enemy attacks are necessarily all bad, though. I mean, there are some action RPGs in which dodging is a significantly smaller mechanic. One that comes to mind immediately is Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is the one I've actually played. I've seen a Let's Play of the original, so I consider myself decently familiar with the plot, but Xenoblade 2 is the one I've actually played. Anyway, about Xenoblade, in those games, you do at least 1 and 2. I don't really know too much about X, admittedly. But at least in 1 and 2, you do rely a lot more on your health to keep you alive than dodging. But Xenoblade 2 is still one of my favorite games ever, so just the point is, I'm not saying that all RPGs that require you to survive using beefier health bars rather than dodging your enemy's attacks are bad. I just like the idea that with enough skill you can make it through any fight without taking damage. Which is something that's possible in a lot of RPGs, or a lot of action RPGs, and not possible in a lot of turn-based RPGs. There are exceptions, like the Mario and Luigi series, but for the most part, that's how it is. That's just a touch I like about action RPGs a bit more than turn-based.
Is this their king? 2B, that's an android. A Yorha-type android.
Alert. This unit is currently wanted by Yorha. Annihilation recommended.
Annihilation? But why?
Let's go, 9S.
2B?
Bunker to 2B and 9S. We've picked up a signal from the black box of a fugitive known as A2. What you see in front of you is your enemy.
But she's...
She deserted us. She's destroyed multiple pursuit androids. Now kill her before she kills you.
Kind of wonder, since 9S fired first last time, will 2B eventually attack this time? Yes, she will! Another thing that's not the greatest about the Forest Kingdom is this boss fight is really nothing too special. It's more or less like we're just fighting one of ourselves. I mean, A2 has a couple unique abilities that we don't have, but for the most part, we're basically just fighting another one of our player characters. Ow. Not to say that makes it easy by any stretch, but it's nothing too particularly special. Just compared to stuff like the Goliath units or the fight against Adam in the underground city, this is just none too remarkable, unfortunately. But I said I was going to be try. I said I was going to try to be a little less negative, so let me at least attempt to keep my word in that area. Unfortunately, this video is going to be going on a little bit longer than some of my normal ones, even with the part that I cut out, so... Ow. It's probably because I haven't played in ages, so I'm really terrible at the hacking right now. That's probably a decent part of it. But got A2 down to about half health, so shouldn't be too much longer before we're able to take her out completely. Not if I keep completely screwing up the hacking. Ow! Oh no, don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Ah, crap, crap. Okay, survived. Still alive, for now at least. Why am I not hacking? Probably because I'm not targeting her, which I maintain is also not my fault. Come on. Dear goodness, I am doing terribly in this fight. Ah, jeez, what is wrong with me today? Ah, wow, okay. It would really help our cause if I could actually hack. Oh man, what is up with me today? I mean, I know it's been a while since I recorded, but I didn't think I would be quite this bad. Ah, jeez. Man, yeah, I really gotta get some level ups.
Why? Why did you betray us?
Command is the one that betrayed you.
Let's go after her, 2B.
Well, at this point, I am happy to tell you... No way.
Damn, she got away. Operator, this is 9S. Patch me through to the commander.
Roger that, 9S.
I'm sorry, Commander. We failed to defeat the fugitive.
I see. Well, at least you're both safe. That's an incredibly powerful unit you just faced. You should probably keep your distance in the future.
Commander, why did A2 desert the Force?
I'm afraid that's classified.
Oh? Huh. 2B,
Yeah?
let's go ask Pascal about A2. He might know something.
All right.
Whether in wind or rain, thunder or snow, or even amidst the rising flames of war, they were always together. They never understood why, and yet they spent their lives nestled together. Forever. Forever and ever.
Pascal? This is 9S.
Oh, you survived. How wonderful.
Yeah, we're fine. But there's something we want to ask you about.
Of course. Anything.
Actually, it needs to be in person.
Understood. I'll open the gate we built to deter enemy invaders. You'll be able to reach the village through there.
Well, I am very happy to tell you that we are very, very close to the point we find out why A2 deserted and why she told us that Command is the one that betrayed us. But we're not at that point quite yet, and this video is long enough as it is, so next time on Nier Automata, we will take care of the Wandering Couple quest before we lose our chance to do it forever. I will see you then.